What up guys, One Fit Bruja here, long time no see. I've been extremely busy, so I'm sorry for getting up super late videos like once a freaking month. But yeah, life hits hard when it does hit. And retrogrades is screwing everything up, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate. Things have been rough. But I am finally getting the evil eye protection jewelry made. And I'm gonna give one of the bracelets to my friend for her birthday, fellow witchy friend. So if you're watching this, Amanda, get the fuck out of this video because I don't want you to see what it looks like before you get it, or else it's just kind of ruined. I want you to be excited when you get it. So get out of this video. If you are not her, then continue to watch this video. So, evil eye jewelry. Just to throw out a tidbit of information about that, and if I did not touch base on everything, then feel free to leave a comment below and I will go into more detail in the comments, or you can email me at onefitbruja@outlook.com. It should be linked somewhere in my tabs, so go ahead and click on that if you would like to send me an email, and I will answer more questions there if you do not want to leave them in the comments. Alright. So let's get on to about the evil eye and how it is projected onto your being. So the evil eye has been around for ages, centuries, forever. In every different culture, they have their own representation of the evil eye and how it affects you. And they are all relatively the same. So pretty much to a T, they are the same. It has the same effects. The evil eye is not just someone being rude to you and projecting ill will verbally onto you, or cursing or hexing you. It can be in many different forms. It can be in forms in which that you don't even pick up most of the time. It could be someone simply saying, oh, I really like your shoes, but deep down, even they might not even know this, but they are in a way envious of what you have. They took notice to it, but it wasn't pure of heart. And a lot of people do this and they don't know that they do this. So that in itself can be projecting the evil eye upon you. Our eyes hold a lot of emotion, a lot of mystery, and they can pick up and project a lot of energy onto other people without even knowing it, without us even thinking about it. We just do it. So you got to be careful about who you surround yourself with. Even just going out in public, I wear protection jewelry like all the time, because there's certain people that will project certain energy onto you through their eyes and through their actions, and it'll get stuck onto your being, especially if you are some sort of empath or you are more aware of this energy being put out than most other people are. So I think it's highly important to keep yourself protected. Bring crystals with you to help absorb some of that energy instead of your being absorbing it, because that can stick to your being for days, weeks, sometimes months on end, and you will feel horrible. Especially if you are with somebody who is envious or jealous of you, and that sort of energy being around you all the time, constantly having to put up with that, will make you feel bogged down and drained. And other people will notice, and certain other people will feel it coming off of you. And sometimes it can get to a point of where you feel sick and you will literally throw up because the energy is so bad. And that's, at that time, you should probably get away from that energy if you can. Sometimes we don't have the option to do so and we have to put up with it. And I'm sorry if anybody is in that circumstance, because that is really, literally horrible. And I feel for you. But there are certain things you can do if you cannot just get up and run. Some of us don't have the option to do that, and I get it. I'm going to show you how to make my own personal bracelet that I'm going to be giving out to a few friends, and I'm actually going to be making one for myself. So I'm going to show you the one that I'm going to be making for myself. So there's some tidbit of information for that. You can protect yourself against it. You can use evil eye jewelry, you can use crystals, you can have certain pendants to just absorb negative energy in general, not specifically the evil eye, but I prefer to have something that's just for that, because it can be jealousy, it can be ill will, it can be some sort of envy. They can literally just want to be you and have everything you have. It can be a lot of things. It can be things like I mentioned earlier, that it can be compliments even. They can be like, oh, you look really nice today. or it could be in a passive aggressive way, or it can literally mean that they think you look nice, but they're actually doing it in a way that's gonna manipulate your energy. It's gonna change the frequency of what you're trying to put out. It got messed with on accident. Let's get into this and I'll show you guys how to make this jewelry, and I will go over costs and whatnot. If some of you are curious, I'll show you how much it cost, where I got it, and maybe you guys can purchase these things and make it yourself. So I know a couple of you actually asked me if I was going to be selling these, but I'm actually not selling these ones, but in the long run I plan on selling some things in my own shop on Etsy. Sooner or later it'll happen. So alright, I'm done blabbing. Let's start making the jewelry. Here I am using the Eye of Horus incense. I'm using this for protection. If you do not have this, you can simply use something else that's for protection, or use no incense at all. That is completely up to you. So I have a few different types of beads and spacers here. I am in love with gold. If you've been watching me for some time, then you know that this witch bitch likes gold. So I decided to get silver and gold because I'm going to be making these for a couple different people, maybe some more people, not quite sure yet. But here I am going in with the Palo Santo, and I'm going to give everything a quick little cleanse before I start using it to make sure all the bad juju is off of it and ready to go. If you have another bracelet that you normally wear, I would take that and cut the string around it. That helps tremendously, so you don't have to measure yourself. I kind of just eyeball things and I go from there. So here I am stringing it up. I chose to do a simple little pattern that was pleasing to the eye, but also is going to help protect your being, of course. This is just how I chose to do it. You guys can totally restring this any way you want to. I just thought this looked rather cool. Heads up, the beads I did purchase are glass, so you want to be careful if you are getting real glass evil eye beads. When you drop these, they will split apart, so just be careful. So this is roughly what your guys' bracelet will look like by the time you are done. And I'm going to place the zodiac medallion onto it last. I do not have any rings to place through the medallion hole, so this is how I'm going to get my medallion to lay flat. You put both strings through the hole, knot it on one side, flip it over, knot it again, and then knot it again. I like to work in threes, so I did that 3 times, and it should lay flat against your wrist or hand at this point. And now for the finished product. It actually turned out perfectly. That's exactly where I wanted it to sit, so I'm pretty happy I did it the way I did it. And just clip off the excess string, and then you can go ahead and place some more blessings and intent into this bracelet. Let it charge up, place it under the full moon if you would like to do so, get some selenite next to it, place it in some salt, and that's what I'm going to do with my 2 friends bracelet here. Lastly, I'm going to place some more intent and blessings and prayers into these before I give them out to my friends. I'm going to charge mine up the same way as well. I'm just going to do theirs first because they're priorities to me. So I simply just ask for protection and any ill will to be deflected away from them, and I will meditate over this for as long as I feel fit. Now that I have placed the bracelets in the bowl of salt, which is going to help them cleanse any negative energies that have already latched on to items that I've used. You saw me cleansing them earlier with some Palo Santo, and this is just an extra step before I give them out. That I want to keep them on the salt. I want to keep them at vibrating high as possible before I distribute them. So I'm going to keep them in the salt until I actually give them out to the people that I'm going to give them to. I'm going to let the candles burn down. I simply just engraved their name, their birth date, what I wanted to happen. Any words are hard right now. Oh my god, I feel like I can't even speak English most of the time. And now that Mercury is in retrograde, I feel like I am 2, like worse than 2. And I engraved protection onto them to ward off any ill will, anything along those lines, put onto the candle, anything else that you can think of that that the evil eye, to repel that evil eye. You just want to make that known to the universe that, hey, when this is on this being, it needs to work in such ways. I mean, it will. You don't need to go completely in depth like I did, but I feel like taking that extra measure to do so is just going to help them out that much more. It's just my personal opinion. You don't have to go that crazy in depth into it. That's just what I like to do. That makes me feel the most secure in what I am doing. I'm gonna place some more blessings and more prayers over this, and I'm going to distribute them to the people that I care about. Sooner or later, these might be up in my online shop. Who knows? We'll see, depending how many people ask me about them. I'm also going to cleanse mine. I do preferably do 3 knots on these to make sure it's really secure, and plus I like to work in 3s. That is a number that resonates with me very well. So that's what I use to do when I tie off the Zodiac medallion. So that's how mine's is. I prefer mine's in a little bit more looser manner compared to, I made the other ones a little bit smaller because their wrists are a little bit smaller than me. They're tiny people. I am not a tiny person. So yeah, so it kind of just rests right down there, like right below your wrist bone. Flip it the other way and have the medallion hang off your hand like this, which is probably what I'll do. I feel like that's a little more comfortable. And then when it flips to the other side, all the medallions that I purchased off of Amazon have a little saying on them. Mine's is Capricorn. It says ambitious on the back. I got a 24-piece like brass gold looking set, and then I got a silver set of just 12 signs. So I'm gonna be super careful who I give those out to because I didn't get a double set. The Taurus one is already used, so if I do put them up for sale, I'm sorry if you're a Taurus, you're probably not gonna have one unless it's in gold. I have 2 Tauruses left in gold. Other than that, I have all the other signs in silver. So there's that. I got a little bag of the 12 signs off of Amazon. I paid $7.99 for those. And then I got a double set of the brass gold ones, 24. Those were $9.99, so it wasn't that much more. It was just, one was a better deal than the other at the time, so I was gonna wait it out, but then I was like, nah, I really wanna get these done and I wanna get them out because I feel like a lot of negative things have been happening to these 2 people that I'm giving these bracelets to lately, and especially with people in ill will and the evil eye. I've seen the signs way too many times to ignore them anymore, so I'm just gonna get them out because they need them. I don't want anything bad happening to these people. I care about these people a lot. So I got those off of Amazon. I got the string at a craft store. It was like $1.50. You can get better string, obviously, if you want these to last a long time. I suggest getting stronger string, or if you want to use some sort of link chain and put a clasp onto it, then do it like that. You can make a necklace out of it. You can do whatever you want. Get creative, okay? This is going to be your own stuff if you're going to make it. I got the beads off of Amazon. I think at the time I paid $10.99 or $9.99. I'm not completely sure. It came with 200 glass beads from Turkey. So yes, they are real glass, and I did drop one. Not during this video, but when I first purchased them and I took them out of the bag, and I dropped one on the floor and it split in two. The sign, the evil eye sign symbol, goes all the way through the bead. This is a glass bead, so be careful with them. As you saw me putting them on the ends of the bracelets right next to the beads, for their spacers, I believe is what they are called. I got gold and silver. One was cheaper than the other, kind of like the medallions, the zodiac medallions. I got these at a craft store. The gold ones were $3 and these silver ones were $1.99, I believe. So the silver ones end up being cheaper sometimes, so I don't know. And then these are spacers, and it came in this little case. I ended up paying $9.99 for this on Amazon, and it comes with a lot of them. The little rhinestones in the center here are not real, they're fake, but the plating around it that keeps them in there is true. It's not going to tarnish away and look bad. So I made sure about that part. The rhinestones still look pretty good considering that they are not real rhinestones, because let's be honest, money doesn't grow on trees and I don't make bank. So I was trying to make it look bougie as possible, as nice as possible, for a good amount of money and still not sacrifice the quality of the bracelet so much. So that's what I did. I got basically everything off of Amazon, so fancy that. Thanks Amazon for being handy. So that's what I'm doing here. I have a piece of selenite. This is my selenite wand. I'm gonna place some more quartz and selenite around this as I place more blessings of protection into these and let the candles burn down. That will be it, guys. And of course, if you have any questions about the evil eye or anything that pertains to this, then feel free to leave it in the comments below. You can email me at onefitbruja@outlook.com, and that'll be it. Hopefully I will be getting a Q&A up soon. I hit 500 subscribers, guys. I can't believe y'all even fucking watch me. Like, I don't even know. I feel like I'm a scatterbrained person most of the time, and I'm trying really hard to get information out, and sometimes it's just like blah, blah, blah. And you have to decipher the blahs. I don't understand. But I did hit 500. And I wanted to do a Q&A. It doesn't necessarily have to be about witchcraft, so if you guys want to leave me questions in the comments, email me and leave questions there, then that would be great. It can be about witchcraft and not about witchcraft. You can literally ask me anything. I'm an open book. I'm a Capricorn. I'll tell you like it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So if you're curious about something, just ask, and I will answer you. That is it, guys, and I hope everyone is struggling through Mercury retrograde better than me. I think just about every planet in the solar system right now is in retrograde. So we're definitely fucked. Oh man. Yeah, it's hitting hard for me. It's hard to focus at work. It's hard to focus just on anything, really. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But I'm gonna probably go for a walk after I'm done with this. And until next time, I will see all you lovely little brujitas later.